What's good, YouTube? It's Will House today, back with another fucking. Damn. Let me restart. What's good, YouTube? It's Will House back with another video today, guys. I'm back, and today we are reacting to Fortnite Chapter 3 overview. Let's get right into it, but make sure I like, comment, subscribe as usual. And I'm back. So all I can say is I'm back. But yeah, make sure I like, comment, subscribe, and let's get right into this video.
Welcome to Fortnite Chapter 3, a fresh new world with a brand new loot pool, items, secret features, and a ton more all covered in this video. And one of the biggest parts of the chapter is something that nobody's actually talking about. So there's a brand new map, of course, with all kinds of new POIs and secrets, and we have to start with the Sanctuary over at the Statue of the Foundation. Right where this huge statue is, you can find the new POI, and it has way more to it than just mystery. If you get lucky, or I guess unlucky enough to run into the Foundation at this place, he is the single most powerful boss that has ever existed in Fortnite. More powerful than Wolverine and stronger than Raz. He is literally the toughest foe out there right now. If you fight him, you best have a team of 4 friends all stacked with legendary rifles because he has thousands of HP and some of the most overpowered attacks in history. He picks up rocks out of nowhere and yeets them at you. You do not want to be in the way of them. But if you do end up defeating the Foundation, he drops an exclusive weapon that is probably the most overpowered gun on the entire island right now. You will get the Foundation's mythic MK7 assault rifle, which is a special version of a brand new gun on the map right now. So what exactly are all these new guns? Well, you have to see it. Starting with the MK7, this weapon is the first ever item in Fortnite that activates first-person mode. It has a red dot sight and absolutely lasers people in gunfights. It's also joined by a ton of other brand new Chapter 3 weapons like the new Striker Pump Shotgun. This thing packs an absolute punch with every shot, but it's not as fast as the Auto Shotgun. Doesn't do as much damage as the pump, but it reloads 2 shells at a time and it can shoot pretty fast. It is basically a new version of the TAC. These are joined by the new Ranger Assault Rifles that are pretty much Chapter 3's version of the AKs from last season, except, well, they're not as good. And there's also the Stinger SMG that looks like a UMP-45. It is really cool. But everyone is talking about the fact that snipers are finally back in Fortnite, and honestly, they're more common than ever. All over the island, you can find the Hunter Bolt Action Sniper, and it's got a whole new design, new scope, and everything. But all of these guns have nothing on the unique and insane items that took us by surprise when we first logged into Chapter 3. Yes, you can now find something called a Med Mist, which is literally a bandage inside of a spray can. Heal your teammates or yourself, this thing is insane. There's also a new consumable called Guzzle Juice, and it's an even better version of the Slurp Juice from Chapter 2. It does take you all the way to 100 health, it just does it pretty slowly. And you can find all the consumables like these in an all-new chest that is a cooler. These are full of chug splashes, Guzzle Juices, you name it, but all of these have nothing on the absolutely game-changing item that shocked us all, and that is the new tent feature. Around the island, there are abandoned tents that you could claim or find in the loot pool, and if you throw them down, it becomes your own personal camp. You can rest inside of the tent to heal up your HP, or just store items in them. If you put items into storage, they carry on to your next match, so you can literally save up your exotics or mythics in your next game. I mean, how insane is that? We're all focused on a brand new mechanic, though, that is going to change how Fortnite works forever. You can now hold your crouch button in order to slide around. If you slide down hills, you can go insanely fast and even shoot while doing it. This is going to make for some awesome pro plays. But that's the thing about a new chapter. We don't just have new guns and new mechanics. There's an entirely new island to play around with, filled to the brim with original POIs and ones returning from Chapter 1. There's a new Spider-Man POI over inside of a volcano, and it is the Daily Bugle. In here, there's a ton of tall buildings for you to explore, with the Daily Bugle itself and J. Jonah Jameson's office on the top floor, as well as Meows's restaurant and a bookstore. There's a lot to see and do, and the map is filled with POIs from Chapter 1, like Shifty Shafts, Risky Reels, and Greasy Grove. They also took POIs from Chapter 2 and made them better, like the Lighthouse or the Log Jam Lumberyard. And then we have the original POIs. There's Camp Cuddle, a homage to Lonely Lodge that is also packed with details, like Cuddle Team Leader's cabin, where you can find her, and the teddy bear selling exotic 6-shooters. And there's also Quackling's terrifying duck shrine. Yeah, we don't talk about that, though. It's kind of scary. There's also a new society created by the John Jones' Snapshots named the Joneses. That's hidden deep in the jungle. And over in the desert, you can find Chonker Speedway, which is a new racetrack for cars, and Condo Canyon. There's some awesome new towns like Sleepy Sound, a modern village split by a river that is full of houses, condos, and stores. And finally, there's Coney Crossroads, a tiny town with a Softies ice cream store run by Lil Whip, who sells a sidearm pistol and lets you tip the bus driver. But it's not just POIs that look amazing in Chapter 3. We have one of the biggest battle passes in Fortnite since Chapter 2, Season 4. Over on the first page, we have Shanta and Ronan, 2 warriors with a ton of mysterious backstory. Shanta has a lot of customizable styles where you can eventually upgrade her ancestral armor, while Ronan's outfit can be changed with new colors and a secret helmet. For the next page of the battle pass, there's Lieutenant John Lamba, who was originally a skin concept designed by Pulso Draws. It is now in game and one of the most cartoon characters of the chapter chapters so far. Moving on, we have Haven, a girl who lives in the treetops and brings more of a primal feeling to the battle pass, especially with her mass variant back bling. And then everything starts to become a little bit more Fortnite with Gumbo. This guy is literally a walking, talking gumball machine, kind of like Benson from the regular show. He's also straight horrifying. I mean, I wouldn't let this guy next to me at all. And then at page 8, we have Harlow, an alien girl with a passion for racing, but she is unfortunately forgotten about because of the skin on the next page of the battle pass. Spider-Man himself. One of the most anticipated and requested collabs in the history of Fortnite is finally here. You can get him on page 9 along with his webhead knapsack and even a Spider-Man pointing meme emote. And for the final page of the battle pass, there's a symbiote version of Spider-Man along with his built-in swinging emote. So what exactly is the secret skin for chapter 3? You might be wondering. Well,
okay, y'all. So far, I fuck with the battle. I mess with the battle pass. I mess with everything so far. I ain't seen none I didn't like. So hopefully you stay like that.
if you tuned into the Chapter 2 finale event, it's pretty easy to guess who, and that is, of course, The Foundation, a.k.a. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He is coming halfway through the season, and will even get his unmasked variant where he can play as The Rock in his full glory. Let me tell you, we are just getting started with the incredible surprises Epic has given us today. We saved the absolute best for last with everything else you need to know. Now, there is a brand new feature in Fortnite for people who win games. If you place top 3 in a match, you will actually get a victory crown above your head in the next game. Now, it paints a target on your back, but it's rewarding if you manage to survive a game while wearing a crown. Win the match with a crown, and you get a special Victory Royale screen and an exclusive emote. But if you die, the person who killed you will take the crown. It's gonna make games a little bit more interesting. And if you find yourself in the more snowy regions of the island, keep an eye out. There are special trees that you could actually cut down, and they will split into pieces. Then you can roll the logs in the water and use them as boats. And speaking of boats, there are all new vehicles on the island like the return of quad crashers, cars, and boats. Some of them are even winter themed to mark the occasion, especially with the secret crackshot quad crasher that has a sleigh on the back. These vehicles won't be our only forms of mobility on the map though, because next week on December 11th, we'll be getting a new mythic at Greasy Grove. It'll be sold by an NPC, and it's what we've all been waiting for, the Spider-Man Web Slinger Mythic. They're going to be absolutely huge, so I cannot wait for them. But the NPC at Greasy Grove is just the start of a ton of different bots around the map. We've got the Foundation over at the Sanctuary, of course, but you can find all sorts of NPCs, like Cuddle Team Leader at Camp Cuddle, who sells an exotic marksman 6-shooter, and there's also the Visitor at the Seven's Hidden Village. You can talk to him, hire him, or walk around and do the challenges. Now, over at this village, there are audio logs all over the floor filled with storyline info, as well as a device you can pick up to talk to the Visitor and do his quest line. Across the whole island, too, we can also find NPCs like Agent Jones, the Scientist, Bow Bros, Jonesy the First, and a lot more. You gotta keep an eye out for him. While you're waiting for the broken servers to get fixed, you might be wondering, this is a new chapter. Surely that means there's new default skins, right? And get ready, because Epic surprises all secretly by adding a ton of new default designs. I mean, look at these guys. They fit the design of the island perfectly. They also have a new default pickaxe and glider. But if you like actually buying skins, you should get excited because Gears of War challenges are dropping soon, including 2 new collab skins. Yes, you can see them in the Chapter 3 trailer. And speaking of things in the trailer, they also reveal a ton of stuff we'll be seeing later on in the season. There's this funky looking wildlife that is coming out soon, and it kind of looks like Toothless or something.
That is a dinosaur from How to Train a Dragon. I remember when I was little, I used to watch that show all the time.
It's adorable, it's just not in game yet. There's also an upcoming group chest that will be replacing the cosmic chest from last season. We don't know how we'll be able to unlock these, but hopefully it's much easier than last time. The trailer has even more stuff in it, like this chug canister that looks like it'll be insanely overpowered once it arrives. And then one of the biggest changes of the entire chapter, weather. Later on in the season, we will have weather changes like storms and lightning that strikes the island and tornadoes. Now that is going to be huge. And so all of these changes are now available in Fortnite Chapter 3, Season 1. Let me tell you, the servers have been taking a beating all day, and Epic have actually confirmed that Chapter 3, Season 1 is the biggest launch season ever. So hopefully you enjoyed these new changes by the time this video goes live. Thanks so much for watching. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.
Alright, guys, so that was the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll try. Y'all have a video of me playing Fortnite coming out real soon, guys.